Hey, JulesBlessedVegan, and as always, welcome to my channel. And for those of you who are new, I know you can benefit. Oh my gosh, people. You know, when it rains, it pours. There is no rain in the high desert, that's for sure. It's still over 100 degrees at 9 o'clock at night. But in my life, oh my gosh, people, I don't even know how to explain it. So I didn't do a video yesterday because the day before I kind of flippantly said, oh, my dog Ceena cut herself, but it's not a problem. We're taking her to the doctor. It turned out to be way bigger than that. Okay. It turned out that her cut had actually gone into her underarm and they had to put a drain in there, which if you're familiar with drains, while a blessing, they are disgusting. And they had put a drain in my horse, Susie, in her side. So at least I was familiar. Anyway, so they had put a drain in there for 48 hours, and this was the 48th hour. So you might hear her crying in the background. She's so distraught. She has on a cone. She's in the bathroom. Okay, but what happened was we were busy focusing on, this is just so typical, I can't even tell you. I'm going to go back 1 second. So my brother Patrick had died from cancer, which was terrible, and oh my gosh. And then they had a cancer walk at school. So I did the cancer walk in honor of my brother, not realizing that a really precious person of mine had contracted cancer and was actually dying at that time. I had no idea. And when I found out, they were literally dead the next morning. But I just thought, are you kidding me, Father? You know, you think you're focusing on one thing and something else is going on, right? So here's Ceena, and she's the one who has seizures. So she had the thing put in on Friday. It was super stressful. And then yesterday, sorry, I'm totally off on my days. Today's Friday, right? I think today's Friday, you guys. Guys, is that possible? Is today Friday? I have no evidence of anything. Yeah, today's Friday. Okay, so on Wednesday, that was on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, luckily Dale was home, and she ended up having 9 seizures in a very brief period of time. Horrific, right? She's so precious. Well, in the interim, while we were focusing on her, we weren't focusing on Mercy. And Mercy is the last of our precious Cocker Spaniels. We had 3 at once, and we had 9 dogs, let's be fair. And over time, the little people have left the planet for different reasons. Well, Mercy, if you may remember, 15 months ago when the COVID was just starting, she had to have 2 sets of surgery on her stomach to remove inflamed mammary glands. Okay, so in a way, we bought her 15 months, to be fair. But what we didn't notice was in the last couple of days, she hasn't really been walking. She's eaten a little bit, but not really. And all this stuff. And then today, come on, 109 degrees. I get it. But whatever it was, it maxed out. And she was not going to go anymore. And we had to put her down. We had to put her to sleep. I know. Freaking A. I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind. At the very least, there has to be a God, because I'm going to be arguing with him. Oh my gosh. I can't even stand it another second. So here I'm realizing we're going to have to put Mercy down. I found another lump under her arm. She just couldn't stand. Come on. She's almost 15. She's right around 15. So for quality of life, let's be real. But this is while I'm bringing little Ceena to get that drain out of her arm. And I'm like, how do we navigate through this? Well, in the meantime, just before all of that, my husband called and was like, are you, up? And can you come right now? Are the horses out? And I'm like, yeah, I just opened the gate for you. Yes, the horses are out. And he's like, well, just leave them then and get over here because my load shifted. He has one of those flatbed trucks and the load shifted, which means it's super dangerous and he could lose the whole thing. And we just, and like I said, it was literally 109, and I left everything and went, and in my little way, tried to help. And we were melting, and I was praying, And, we hadn't put Mercy down yet, and Ceena was waiting for her doctor's appointment, and we finally managed to just get it back to the house enough to where we would have to readdress it. So then in the interim, we went to the doctor, took care of Ceena, put Mercy to sleep. And I mean, God is merciful, but back in the day, you kind of stuck it out with people, right? The thing, what I have trouble with, and I get that these are animals and there's a whole debate over whether they have souls or not, and I'm still melting because we literally just got in from readjusting the load, but luckily he feels safe. But I mean, it's been hours. I did work my guns. The only legal guns around here. Yeah, so anyway, we were working on that, but my problem is with humans, because they put humans to sleep, people, and even against their will. I mean, and I think I shared that with you, but it was such a horrific story where this woman, like in Denmark, she had signed over her rights to her family because she knew they would care for her in her best interest. And then all of a sudden, they decided to lovingly end her life. And when she started to fight back, the doctor was like, get in here and hold her down. She, didn't you guys say this was her will? And they were like, oh my gosh. One moment, please. Okay, anyway, so that's super concerning, right? Because that woman was fighting back, and they were like, too bad she signed her rights over. Now, people will say, well, that's a really exaggerated story, Juliana, and who even knows if it's true? I just know how disposable life has become, especially when children are just shooting people to death every second in video games. They just don't really have a sense of it. It said that the largest population of people causing all the shootings and stuff, right? And there's been 283 mass shootings with over 321 people killed and over 1,129 people injured just since January. So, we're just at the 6-month mark of the year. It's bad. So my husband and I really struggle. We really pray and hope in the moment that we're doing right by our dog, let alone a human, right? So forgive me if you're like, Jules, don't you put those animals down a little too easily? I pray not. I pray not. Literally, I pray not. Okay, so that's all. I just want to check in with you guys. We're struggling on so many levels. And I'm going to a memorial tomorrow. Luckily, the guy died in his sleep. Seemed like a natural death. I'll take it. All right, before the TV gets louder, prayers welcome. Like if you like, join us. If you haven't subscribed, let me know if you can relate at all. At all. And until we talk again, know that I'm praying for everyone. And therefore, you're blessed.